Okay, so I just got back home from vacation. My screen, let me show you. This guy right here literally went dark. It starts to turn on. Yeah, everything looks good. Hit okay. Well, watch what happens here. So like right now it's playing. Everything's good. Hit audio. Oh, it went out. And it'll keep doing that. It'll come on and off, on and off. Nothing. Like the radio's still on. So after about 5 minutes, the whole thing shuts off and it stays off. I tried everything in the book. I checked the fuses. I did everything. Undid the batteries and all kinds of stuff. The last thing to do is make sure, one, that there's no loose connections, because kind of what it seems like. It just keeps restarting. But anyhow, this plastic here, we got to take off the plastic and then see if we take this whole thing off to get to the screen, to get to the back of it, to check the connections. Alright, so here's the kit from Harbor Freight, just Pittsburgh, real cheap kit out, $10. But something's better than nothing, right? And I had nothing for trim removal. Ooh, there we go. Okay, yeah, so they're just clips, but I'm telling you, these right here, the sides and this bottom here has me freaking scared. God, I don't want to break it. Sweet, come on. I'm getting it somewhere, we're getting somewhere. It's so scary. So, from what I gather, we'll get this thing off. But these buttons down here, the seat warmers and stuff, those are actually connected to this piece. So we have to unhook them when we get this guy off. And man, the last piece is scary. So you get in here. Oh, okay. Oh, scary. Where's that? Oh. All right. Kind of look at how we get those guys out. So that's just a push and then a pull. Push and a pull. Alright, look at that. Came out in one piece. So now it looks like there's quite a few of these bolts. They're like a bolt screw to get out. So we'll take them out, and I think this whole user interface MyLink system comes out. So let's try that real quick. So I'm gonna find out. Okay. From what I read, these are just just another pull tab. Check all these connections. That guy down there. I don't even know what any of that stuff is, but I'm sure it all runs to it. So every connection I can freaking check, I'm going to try to make sure it's tight and then good. And if it still freaks up, then yeah. Then I'll buy a new screen, which would be popping all this stuff off. Turn it back on. I'm going to say, because it's even hard to touch this thing. I'm going to say the screen itself is bad. Yeah, I'm going to get on and order a new screen so we can unplug this guy. I guess real quick, I'm going to take off all of these little screws here. My screen came in. Let's go ahead and remove this board. Pretty much you flip up these guys. There's a little tab here that you flip up. Show you. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I mean, you can look at something and figure it out. So there's little tabs here to hold in all these 50 pin. This is a 50 pin. I don't know what that one is. I don't know what that one is, but the one we're doing is 50 pin. So you flip the tabs and they come off, and then we'll lift off the board here. We'll take this guy and we'll put him somewhere safe. Let's lift out the actual screen. We got to remove this guy here. So we got to take off those little metal tabs. There's 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom just bend those tabs out. I mean, they're super, super easy to bend. Bend them out of your way. Okay, so we need to be careful of this guy and try to keep him dust free. So now we got the frame here, and we have to get, apparently the hardest part is getting this guy off of the adhesive that has got it stuck to this frame. So I got my heat gun, and we're just going to heat it up and then try to get behind it with the razor blade and see what we can do. Alright, so she's warm. Alright, let's see if we can get behind this frame. Whew, the whole thing's hot. Oh yeah. And how you get it hot, it freaking comes right off. A lot of people saying this was the hardest part. Whew, it's just toasty. Alright, so let's pay attention here. So this tab is on the bottom too. Just so I don't put the screen on upside down, that would suck. Alright, so we're gonna hope this guy is actually bad. Put him off the side. And then I'm going to heat this guy back up, and hopefully we can continue to peel that guy off. Ow! Let's go ahead and get the new one out. Got it on there. That, and then we'll bend the tabs back in. Put him back on board. I guess the scary part is making sure these are back in correctly, right? All the screws are back in, so let's go plug it in and see if it works before we push this whole thing in and set it back in place permanently again. Alright, so I got all the plugs, blue plug, and that plug back in. Ugh. Let's try it out. See what happened. It's loading up. Oop, at least the screen works. That's a good thing, right?
Like house fires, having to do with the fact that sometimes children are left alone and they don't have an easy.
So far, so good. Come on, stay on, stay on. Oh, that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. I had very low hopes for this, but it was a cheap option to do. The other thing left to do is the HMI module, which is actually the part that's under the glove box there. I'm gonna order the HMI module. Okay, so here's my new HMI module. It goes underneath the dash here. So I won't be able to record this, but I'm gonna go ahead and slap this guy in. This guy pretty much, this is what sends power to the radio itself. And this also controls like all of your sensors and just all the options in your vehicle. So I don't know, it's not a cheap part. Let's just put it on and try it out. The new module is in, and man, this is nerve-wracking. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see what happens. It's got power. Calibrate device. What does that mean? Alright guys, so it's been a long time to finish this video. After a lot of research and calling around, I finally had to break down and take it to the GM dealership. Whenever it says calibrate device like that, they're the only ones that can do it. They got to hook the computer up to it, and all they're doing is syncing it essentially to your computer. The HMI module, when you buy it, it comes with, it's bought to your VIN number, so you put it in to get that way. Has all your options loaded onto it. That way you get the right HMI module. But then it's got to be synced to your truck. So in the end result, you still got to take it there to get everything put on, or to get it synced. So all said and done, I think I'm like $650 in. The dude hooked me up. I knew the parts manager, so he hooked me up at their cost for the HMI module. So it was only $500 for that, which is a heck of a deal if any of you have looked into this. And then the screen cost me like, I think it was like $30. And then they only charged me $100 hourly labor when normally it's $160. So he really hooked me up. Yeah, I mean, it's taken so long to do this into the video because I wanted to make sure that it was going to work. That was the only other issue. I didn't want any other issues to arise. And I think we're like 8 months in now. No issues. Everything's good. That all happened when I came home from Florida on a vacation, and I'm getting ready to head back down again. So kind of a long trip, and I need my radio. But guys, if you would like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.